Breezy, what's been going on with you, pimp?
Uh, uh, let's see.
I mean, shit. We started doing the show. I'm gonna just tell y'all, we live right now. The show ain't started, but we started doing this shit because me and Breezy had these epic ass combos, and we just stopped one day and we said, what if we did the show? What if we did this as a show? And from that, Beatz and Bitz podcast was born. We started it out, it was the Jeezy and Breezy show. And then I said, no, that ain't, I can't be called, I was, one of my screen names was A Jeezy or whatever, but I was just like, it's already a Jeezy. You feel me? I ain't want to be like, it's too short, and his nickname is Short Dog, and it's another Short Dog. You know what I'm saying? It's corny like that. So, we just said, yo, fuck it, we gonna make the show. So with that, Breezy, what's been going on with you in the last 24, 16, whatever?
Well, first thing is I'm trying to figure out why YouTube is loading slow for me. I don't know. YouTube's been shitting the bed for whatever reason. Number two, not too much. Just been chilling for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I'm in here trying to get this Justice League gear. We live just did the Justice League review, Killzown reviews or whatever, right? And I was listening while I was finishing up the last little quest, which I found out I wasn't able to get the damn whatever this damn thing is, the damn gear, right? Because I'm getting my ass whooped by damn Dr. Fate right now trying to get this damn gear. It's pissing me off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch over and try to level his ass up a few more levels, so that I could get this damn gear and then work on getting the other guys close. Because I'm at 12, so I need 8 more. Whatever. But anyway, we here to talk about these rappers out here that's doing dumb shit to go viral. And so, you got Bonk Gang, you got some other guys, it's a lot of guys out here that's rapping doing dumb shit going viral. Some people is doing dumb shit and they doing it and it's legal basically. You got Black Youngster, with the money and all of that shit, which is funny. I ain't gonna lie. You had Plies we was talking about yesterday with the comedy videos, doing having the crazy videos and all that shit, right? So we had that. We had all of that. But now these kids is out here doing criminal activities. They're getting a lot of views, but then they're getting caught up like Bonk keep going to jail. You had your Florida homie, who was out here in a damn dress.
No, that ain't
no. Anyway, no, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, so you had your boy out here. So Tekashi69, like I was telling you about Trippie Redd, and if y'all don't know, Tekashi69 is this rapper from out of New York or whatever. He got on a song with Trippie Redd. He was already going viral. Apparently, he was on World Star or whatever back in the day doing dumb shit. Back in the day before it became cool to do dumb shit to go viral. Like he was doing it before it became cool to do the shit, right? So basically, it had came out that he had been implicated in sexual misconduct. It wasn't a rape case, but it was basically this chick was a minor, and she was at an adult, because I think in New York you're considered an adult at 17. So what's that?
TV.
Oh. Oh, damn! Come on, what the hell you watching, Breezy? And we having this show.
I'm trying to get into I'm watching this anime that came out, and it was. I'm trying to find where it's at in the tabs to mute it.
Oh damn! Damn!
I had it loaded while I went and got the mail, and now it done loaded up, and I'm like, well, how the fuck do I mute it? Because I keep hearing it.
What show you watching?
Tabs open. It's called Kikei-Sensen.
Okay. Well, let's get back to talking about these niggas because we got to get these young.
Yeah,
niggas.
no, you got me. I'm here. I'm listening to you, bro.
No, I'm just saying. But because you got on me about the damn game the one time, so I had to turn it. I'm you know, we keep it real over here, y'all. So anyway, so. So basically, this case happened in 2014. He ain't been to jail. He ain't going to jail, right? You know, the shit was over and done with years ago. Like he had other shit pending, and they tried to send him to jail, but he was a juvenile, so the shit had got thrown out or whatever. Like he's not in jail. He's not going to jail. The shit is an open and done case because the dude, you know. Basically, I don't know. It was some shit. Basically, the girl was from a group home. She came through the party or some shit. The dude that had invited that through the party or whatever had invited Tekashi, invited this girl. They owned the damn video. He posted the video on his Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And she shouting on her Facebook and shit. She nude, probably got a shirt or whatever. I ain't seen the video. It ain't nowhere to be found. And probably for good reason. But the shit, man, and that proceeded into Trippie Redd. Him and Trippie Redd getting into some problems. Trippie Redd claimed that, that he had him set up and these two niggas is beefing. And then he sits down and tells this whole story on, DJ Academics' channel. So my question to you, Breezy, and to the listeners is, why are people doing dumb shit for the fame? What happened to people grinding people? Because like I keep telling folks, I'm not in no hurry. I'm not in no hurry to be popping. When it's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. Cause I'm working my ass off. I work a job, you know what I'm saying? Breezy does his game development full time and among other things, he works and stuff, family business. So, we working gentlemen here. Am I right, Breezy?
Yes. So,
but we still make the time to chase our passions without doing dumb shit that that's incriminating. And you know what I'm saying, these kids out here, man, they're highly impressionable, and they see even before that with the Tyrone dude, like, and he cool, and what's the dude name? I got a bald head, that guy. I forget what's the dude name that was, and they supposed to have had a fight, and the fight didn't even happen. Tyrone and what's the dude name? I got a bald head dude. I just saw him in a video with Fat Boy. Fat Boy.
I got a bald head.
What's his name? He was like Tyrone, but he was like Debo. He looked like Debo cousin or some shit from But anyway, some random
Brody.
dude. Brody, yeah. Brody, big Brody. Yeah, so you got these dudes doing wild, bad shit for the fame, and they out here, man, incriminating themselves. And then they was the first wave. Them, I would say, even Jackass, because these kids is out here doing shit. And they got, even though they got the little disclaimer, kids see you living large off of doing dumb shit, they gonna want to do the shit too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna want to do the shit too. And now we got a whole bunch of these kids out here fucking around, getting, you know what I'm saying, they getting locked up, they getting killed, they getting shot, they getting implicated in rape cases that ain't even, you know what I'm saying, bro, still out. Like, if they wanted him to be locked up, like the story was being circled around without the truth even being put out there. And apparently this one website ran the story without the shit even being. So it just, to me, I just feel like, man, what can we do to stop these kids from doing dumb shit to feel like they got to do dumb shit? Because it's even people that I know, you know what I'm saying, or I see online that's, you know what I'm saying, doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? That's close to me. Mm-hmm. And not close to me, but, you know, and I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna do that, because one of them in particular I might end up talking to, but that's not, you know, just, you know, he get money, you know what I'm saying, but I don't want him to see him getting hurt or getting killed behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see him. I don't want to see none of these brothers out here, man, getting, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, these kids, these is young adults, they grown. So I really can't, I'm not in the business of doing that. Like, I'm more so on positive shit. Like, even with the Mariah Carey story, after we did the podcast, I got off, I did a video talking about, you know, how I felt like bro was soft for trying to sue her or whatever. You know, how, you know, with all these other sexual allegations, how did, you know, dude want to throw his hat in the pot, and he know he gonna get paid his money. I don't even think none of that shit even happened with her. You know, because if that was happening, why now we hearing about it? Same shit with the other allegations and shit like that. But it's to the point where if anybody accuse you of anything, if you got any footage or whatever the fuck you got going out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to attest to that. You know what I'm saying? Anything you've done, anything you've done, you might as well just put it out yourself. So, shit, I'm gonna probably do some shit where I put all my shit out, because I don't want motherfuckers to come back. I'm super mega rich and successful. I'm living life, and then, the devil try to come in. Like, nah. I might, depending on, I gotta make sure. But, you know what I'm saying, I gotta, before I come forth to the altar, because I feel like that's, if you admit to something before it gets out of hand, that's what I like about Kevin Hart. Like, Kevin Hart ain't like, he keeps winning, and people overlook his mistakes because he's not afraid to admit when he's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
He get called out for it.
Yeah, man, he going on fucking tour. That's what I'm saying. Like, he going on fucking tour. So, how you feel about it, Breezy? I'm gonna get off the podium, off the podium right now.
I think the youngins are gonna keep doing what they're doing now because they see that's what's popular, that's what's trending, and that's what's getting put on. If you want to change that, you have to change it from the ground up, and you have to start recognizing people who are achieving excellence in whatever field it may be, whether it's academics or whether it's sports, whether it's stuff that's not encouraging the same shit that's usually you see in the music.
If it is the music, forgot about that. They signed her right there.
Whatever. It's, you have to basically reach out and have these people stand next to whoever these other people idolize. So, like, you take somebody like just take any major rapper, a major a label or producer or whatever, and just be like, okay, well, yeah, I got this kid on because, yeah, he rapping about, gang banging and telling all that stuff and whatnot. But he understands the difference between fantasy and reality. He's rapping fantasy and what he's seen around him, but he didn't partake in that. He's a straight A student, went to college, you know what I mean? Whatnot of stuff. Something along those lines. When you start promoting the good and the quality instead of the quantity of the dumb shit, you'll get a different. And that's the thing, is right now it's popular to be an idiot, and that shit's all popped off with the you can look at Real World where it started off, and then it just exploded. It started off on Real World. You remember the Real World TV show?
Yeah, I remember.
And then it exploded with Jersey Shore, and then from Jersey Shore, it exploded into all these other were essentially video vixens coming on and getting hot from Love in Atlanta or hot or Hip Hop Love or whatever, and then you get Basketball Wives and all these other spinoff shows that show essentially mostly women getting popular for being ignorant as fuck. But then you get the dudes who get popular from being gangster. And unfortunately, you're not going to see that trend change until you get more of the Jay Dennis. I don't know how yeah, you got to get more of his. I don't know how to say his name, bro. I ain't going to front on you. You got to get more of the classic man swag, I guess.
You know,
yeah, you gotta get more of. You gotta get more of that. Like, even people shit on Yachty, right? And Yachty to me is a mumble rapper. Yeah, he's a good kid. He got his head on his shoulders, and he understands that he's a brand. When you start promoting these people and having them do public speaking engagements and stuff like that, or having them open concerts and have them talking about themselves, it gives people an opportunity to turn around and say, okay, well, look, he made it, and he didn't have to do the things that everybody else telling me I need to do. And that's, you know, when it talks about exposing people to other ways of thinking, you know, and if you don't expose them, they just keep doing the same shit. Everybody repeats a pattern. Like, life is very much cyclical as it repeats itself. It's very much like the infinity symbol. It repeats itself. So, like, if you got somebody that you always see do the same shit, chances are when they have kids and they didn't learn anything, they gonna do the same shit, and it's just gonna repeat itself. So, if you want to break that cycle, you have to introduce something completely new, foreign to them. What was else I wanted to say? I guess, I don't know. I mean, the allegation shit is starting to really kick off. Bam Margera came out and said he was raped by a fan.
A fan?
Yeah, he got drunk after a party. He went
who is a female or male fan?
It was a female fan.
Oh,
he went to a party. He got drunk. He passed out on the bed. When he came to, it was this really fat husky girl crying and riding him. And yeah, so he got raped.
Oh, damn. Wait a minute, Breezy. What happened? Tell me again.
He went to a party. They were drinking. He got blackout drunk. He managed to stumble into the bedroom and get into bed. And when he came to, this really large female fan that was in the jacuzzi or the hot tub or the pool or wherever at the time, asked where he was. And because the story is right there on YouTube, you can type it in. And the guy who was with him at the time told the girl where he was and told her to have at him. And she went in there and pulled his pants down and got on top of him and had sex with him. And when he came to, he was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And her makeup was running and she was crying and just saying, "I love you, I love you, I love you." This really big, fat, husky girl. And he got her off and he was like, "What the fuck?" And when he came out the...
Oh, damn. That sounds like a damn storyline. I'm sorry. Damn. Okay, I'm calm down. I was getting ready to look the story up, but shit, I got my insides hurt. Oh damn. Okay. So
You good now? You good now, player?
So then what happened?
Well, he got her off. He came out the room, and the person he was with, he told him, he said, "Dude, what the fuck?" And the person who he was with said, "That's what you get, you fucker." And I don't know. I guess they had an argument, and he told the girl where he was, and she went in there and she raped him.
I mean, well. So, but see, the thing about this is whenever a guy get like the same thing happened to Lecrae, like one of his babysitters or somebody, raped him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it happens to us, it doesn't really to men. It's not the same as when it happens to a woman, and I feel like the outrage should be just as much, but they feel like it don't matter what age it is. Like if a boy gets raped, right, by a woman. Now a man, it's a big deal, it's a big thing, or even it ain't even really a big deal, a big thing until somebody is willing to come forward and press charges or whatever. And if a woman does it, nobody even bats an eye because they feel like, well, shit, he, you know, and he let it happen. You know, kids should know, you know, stranger danger, and shouldn't nobody be, you know, doing nothing to you. You know what I'm saying, like that. But you know, it can have the same implications or whatever, or it just and then as a grown man, you just don't sound like a man. And to a degree, like I said, with the whole Mariah Carey shit, like, bro ain't starving for money. He's worked for several, you know, highly paid actresses and actors and
I mean, and
stuff. And I understand that if it is true, because you know, if it is true, and people trying to say that it is true, but at the same time, like. I can't even me myself sometimes, and it's fucked up. I can't even take a brother serious if he say he got raped. Now, if a chick say like, and it has happened, if a chick runs up on a dude right with a gun, and you know with her pants on her ankles, you know talking about some eat me, or it's some chicks holding, you know, forcing a man to have sex by a gunpoint or weapon point, that's a whole different thing. But even then, it's like people still don't take it as serious unless if it's a woman, because a woman, you know, is gonna be shocked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like a man ain't shocked if it's a woman. You know, if it's a man, then we make it a big deal. Like they trying to get Terry Crews to talk about the
I mean, there is a shock associated with it. It's just that the thing is most dudes, when a dude come out about a sexual allegation about him being sexually assaulted by a man or a woman, most people's initial reaction is to just laugh about it like, yeah, right, you're a dude, how do you get raped? You're a dude, how does it happen to a dude? They don't believe it. Or they just laugh in their face and say, you got played, you're a sucker, ain't nothing happened. And that's because as a society, we have decided that women are entirely weak and feeble and can't defend themselves, which is not 100% true. But we have decided that most of them are victims in every situation and scenario, and a lot of them are not victims. And it's unfortunate that this is the way it is now. If you consider shelters for men who've been victims of sexual crimes or even domestic violence, there are not as many male shelters as there are female shelters. In fact, if a man who's been assaulted by domestic abuse, whether he's gay or straight, goes to a female shelter for help, female shelters will just turn him away and not even take him in at all. There are not as many options out there for dudes who are victims of abuse and domestic violence. I mean, hell, you could look at most commercials for domestic abuse and violence, and 99% of them are about a man abusing a woman, not women abusing women, not women abusing men, you know. And so we have a serious problem in this country with perpetuating the notion that women's are perpetually a victim when a lot of them are not victims. A lot of them are perpetrators of it. I had many cases in my state not too long ago. A couple of female teachers got arrested for having sex with their teenage students.
Let's talk about that real quick. So, you know, back in the day, that was like a bad. If you was a middle school or even a high school student, that was a badge of honor. You feel me? Like, did nobody come forward? I guess, you know, the parents, not because back in the day, like, you know, as long as, like, if you told, now your mama probably would have whooped your ass and maybe bring it to the teacher's attention or whatever, but she wouldn't flat out, you know what I'm saying, press charges or no shit like that. Like, she would have the teacher would get her talking to, you know, and basically, you know, threaten that if it continued or whatever. But most people would be like, hey, my son ain't gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Yeah, congratulations, your son isn't gay, but there's a pedophile at your school.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. That's a fucked up way of thinking about it.
No. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, but to talk about it like how because you're not wrong. I mean, back then it was like, okay, well, you got some ass. Congratulations, you got your dick wet. High five. That's great and all. Now stop doing it. But it's like, no, you did something that now has potentially long-lasting effects to a child for something they're not nowhere near prepared for to deal with. You've changed how they are now going to perceive the world and those around them. Mm-hmm. Even though, congratulations, you got your dick wet at a time that you weren't supposed to, but now you have psychological shit attached to that. Now we have to deal with this pedophile in the school, and how many other kids have they done this to? How many of them have they used this as a way to help kids get good grades and things of that nature if they've fallen behind? I mean, this is a sickness. This is a sickness that has permeated, because you don't hear about this shit. Let's keep it 1,000. You don't hear about this shit in other well-to-do schools because they root the motherfuckers out, or it's so embedded that it's the norm to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. But for us, it's almost as if it's celebrated, and it shouldn't be. That's bad. Mm-hmm. It's really fucking bad, bro. Mm-hmm. But all I know is that there is a difference when there's a female teacher convicted versus a male teacher, and there's
male, female, period. I'm just saying that, you know, like that story of Mariah Carey hit TMZ, and you know, I would, like I said, it come like this is the thing about it. As a man, though, I'm gonna bring the other side to it. I think men nowadays, when it comes to certain shit like that, because we know it could have went the other way around. Like, he could have got tried for assaulting or whatever with Mariah Carey, right? Uh-huh. So at what point, you know, we talking about beyond just the sexual part, but the verbal, at what point do men and women, because like we was talking about yesterday about earlier this week about the streamers and shit, how the dude went off, and then they were saying that it broke, you know, community guidelines or whatever the fuck over there on Twitch. But the girls could say whatever, like the chick that was on the Kotaku article was just like, you know, fuck you guys, and you act like me wearing I'm still clothed, you know, I have a bra on, and you know, that shit, right? What point do men start being men though, and just putting their foot down? When do we gonna start? When is that shit gonna start? Where when we are getting chastised by a man or a woman? Because I think it's a lot of, you know.
Here's the problem: men aren't allowed to be men, because the moment a man acts like a man and he's very strong and steadfast, women usually, and some of these soft shoe dudes, go around and say, okay, well, you know what? You're being sexist now. You're intimidating me now because of your size. Like, we don't want to see what's happening in this country, and it's happening on many different fronts, is we don't want to have serious conversations that have happened already in other nations. We don't want to have conversations. We don't want to really sit down and talk about the social dynamics that are the factor of women, race, religion, etc. We don't want to have a conversation. We want to keep skirting around it. Men are getting to a point in this country, or it's reaching a critical mass point where there's going to be a huge separation that's going to happen between men. Well, I would say it's really a minority starting to grow where men going to go one way, women are going to go another way, because it's just getting to the point now where a lot of the rules and the laws that are being written primarily affect men. I mean, you have the one rule in New York where dudes aren't allowed to sit with their legs open. Now, granted, some dudes do sit extra. That's for riding public transportation.
Oh.
And so I think it was even I think it was even in San Francisco, but I think it got repealed in San Fran. But anyway, it's dudes sitting with their legs open. Now listen, I study anatomy. I'm a 3D artist. I model characters and shit. The human muscular structure between a man and a woman is fundamentally different. Women's legs, if you look at their bones, the femurs and the thigh bones, their bones curve inward. So it's easier for a woman to close her legs than it is for a dude, because not only do we have a dangly bit there, our bone structure bends outwards. So our natural resting pose for our legs are for our legs to bend outwards. And so when you start getting legislation and laws written that are essentially sexist in nature, it's going to lead to conflict. It's going to lead to chaos. And that's what we're getting to at this point. And you're right. Men need to put their foot down and say, fuck this shit. But at the same time, the people who control and run these websites need to think about this shit, not in a, I mean, they're corporations, they probably won't, but they need to think about this this way, in a fair and balanced and just way. And they won't, because they look at their bottom line. Like I was watching the other day, we now have an influx of girls on YouTube. Channel, right?
What'd you say? You was breaking up. What is? Hold on, you was breaking up.
We now have an influx of girls on YouTube, and the educational channel, the sub for education on YouTube, where they're now in shirts, white T-shirts with rock hard nipples that can cut diamond, like this is Ocean's 11. Girls with really low cut shirts that almost show their nipples, so when they lean over to review an iPhone, you can look down their shirt. Girls who are cooking butt naked in aprons. Girls who are wearing wet T-shirts and wearing bras and jumping rope and saying which sports bra offers the most comfort, which one doesn't. Here's me jumping without a sports bra on. And these videos are getting hundreds and thousands of millions of hits. And granted, they're not breaking YouTube guidelines, but clearly you know why they're getting these views. Clearly, it's evident. You can't get a dude and say this is the best banana hammock for when I'm at the beach. Let me swing from the left to the right and show you how it holds me properly. Or let me put on this jock strap and do some jumping jacks and show you how it lifts and separates, you know, because that's important for a guy, is when it lifts and separates. Like, you can't do that.
Coming up, y'all. Football season coming up. So
you can't. Yeah. Football, basketball. You can't do that as a dude. You cannot right now. You cannot get on YouTube as a dude right now, topless, and wear a banana hammock and be like, this one supports me best, or a jock strap, this one doesn't have a lot of movement. You couldn't even model Hanes underwear if you weren't from the company Hanes themselves and say, this one helps my dick breathe. You couldn't do that if you wanted to at all. But these girls are in bikinis and T-shirts and topless with their nipples rock hard and everything else.
Shit.
And I can't knock they hustle, but it's like at some point or another, a conversation needs to be had about these girls who are clearly system up to a point to become huge YouTubers. Like, bro, I'll send you a screenshot of this shit. Hold on. Look at this shit. Wait, where? Can I post it in the
You have to hit share the screen, but don't share the screen share on the side.
Okay. I don't want to do that. What I'll do is this. This is what I'll do. I'll send you the bitch YouTube channel. That's what I'll do. And let me rephrase. She ain't a bitch. I mean, she hustling. I can't get mad at her. She hustling. I can't get mad at the girl. Yeah, I can't get mad at her for hustling and whatnot, but there she go.
13.
That's
this 13 2.0. I can't even, like you said, you can't even get mad at it, man, because this is the world.
You can't.
You got all these it's way too many motherfuckers out here that ain't getting no pussy, and they white knight. Because when back in the day, the motherfuckers that was simping wasn't allowed to speak, you know. But since motherfuckers, the simps, is out of jail on bail or never went to jail, there's a lot of simp niggas that's in power. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same thing about it's the same argument we have about the police. It's the same argument. Simp niggas have taken over. And since they've taken over, they have now joined hands. I will never be a person. Well, let me see here. I know back in the day, I would fuck with Breezy a lot about twerk team. I ain't even gonna lie. I used to fuck with Breezy so much about the damn twerk team. What would he play? Oh boy, I would get on Breezy, and Breezy thought, man, we get offline. Breezy go fucking crazy. He'll wait, and I'd be like, damn, Breezy, why you ain't do this on the show? I'll be trolling the fuck out of Breezy.
I always want to talk about these chicks who they only purpose in life on YouTube was literally,
but Breezy,
literally to bend over.
We know, but Breezy, that was back in my simping, tricking, and tripping days. That was
like, at least these chicks are cooking shit. They reviewing shit. Like the other girls, they just was bent over, shaking their ass.
And we loved every second of it. Shit.
And we is one too many.
Breezy, but I'm saying, like, you know, shit. Motherfuckers love to see that shit, though. Motherfuckers love to see it. Love to see it.
PG-13 strippers is what they were.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, but to high schoolers and simp ass niggas who, you know, they still lived at the crib, like I was. You know what I'm saying? Like
living at the crib ain't got nothing to do with you being lame as fuck, liking some chicks, shaking their ass, fully clothed, bent the fuck over. Like, bruh, you had it. Like, bruh, even back then there was a Pornhub, there was X videos, there was UJizz. Remember UJizz, YouPorn? Like, bruh, you have to put effort in, and then you know who it is. It's them 12, 13-year-olds who got on a computer that was blocked for the most part, and they just got lucky making a fake YouTube channel with a fake YouTube age to watch them girls' videos. You know that's who it was, because actual dudes, men 18 plus, they were going to YouPorn, UJizz, Pornhub, X. They were going to all the streaming websites. They weren't fucking around with no YouTube chick fully clothed. Like, what type? Like, bro, that's the only people watching these girls now, these little kids. And every now and again, some simp ass dude, like you said, who's just like, oh, well, you know, I watch your videos for the cooking tips. Meanwhile, her titties all falling out everywhere, bacon grease popping on them almost and shit.
Breezy. Shit. But you know, shit, motherfuckers wanted to get that, and then they grew. We all grew up, and motherfuckers still out here watching twerk team, ghetto Barbie. Still, I ain't even gonna lie, shit. Motherfuckers like homeboy. I ain't gonna say his name. Remember when I did the interview with old girl, and I hit you, and I was like, and I even told him, I said, bro, you better quit playing. He was like, I'm a fan of her work. See, men like seeing that shit. We like seeing that shit. We like seeing it. You like seeing it too, Breezy. But I
don't care for that, man.
But I'm saying, man, boy, you and what's my other? And shout out, even though
I gotta help get groceries, bro.
Oh, come on, Breezy.
Well, look, bro, I can't help when they come home with shit.
I mean, no, you keep it 100. But this is what we gonna do. We have went hard on this episode, so we gonna come back tomorrow. We gonna come back tomorrow with the rest of the topics. This Beatz podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, favorite, subscribe for the one time. Share the video, hit the notifications bell so you can tell we upload and go live. Y'all want to support the show? We got PayPal.
I'm gonna go buy me a damn camera. I'm gonna get me some fucking prove to y'all motherfuckers that they will take your shit down with the Swift.
Yeah, so y'all, we out. Peace.
All right.